Hi, so this video is going to take you through the process of properly editing the photo that you submitted in the micrography photos. So what we're going to do is we're going to crop the picture, make it black and white, mess with the contrast, brightness, exposure, and then lastly apply a filter. So there's going to be 4 steps to this. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your picture, the colored picture, is located unedited in the proper folder. We're going to download it. You hit the download button right here. Then we're going to jump into Pixlr. So Pixlr is a web-based app or a web-based program. And what we're going to end up doing, I'm going to hit Pixlr, we're actually going to be going to Pixlr.com. We're going to start off using Pixlr X to do some quick and easy editing, and then we jump over to Pixlr E for the last step where we're going to apply a filter. So hopefully this won't get too confusing. My hope is that you're going to review this video as you need to. So we're going to start off with Pixlr X, and we're going to open up that picture that we just downloaded. Full HD is fine. So here's the picture. On the left here are all of your tools that you are going to use. The first one is going to be crop and rotate. And what we want to do is we want to crop this up 8 by 10, but you could see that there's no ratio kind of set. It could be kind of like whatever size. So we need to set that ratio. You're not going to put the numbers in here in the height and the width. This dictates the number of pixels. We don't need to know the number of pixels. We just want to crop it to an 8 by 10 ratio. So we're going to click on slide open select aspect, and where it says you should be in ratio, you don't need to be this size, and the width is going to be the 8 and the height is going to be 10. So you can see it's a little shorter than what was taken on my iPad, and you're going to get rid of the background, so you want to crop it up pretty tight. Okay. And then you're going to hit apply. So it's now cropped. Now we're going to get rid of the color. We're going to make it just black and white. And this is located right in here where it says adjust and filter. So at the very top here, you have an option, black and white, B&W, hit that. It makes the image black and white. It's at this point that we're going to be using some of these areas, especially in light. This is where I think all of the things we're going to kind of tweak are located. So brightness, of course, you can have it brighter or darker. Exposure makes it very, very bright or darker. And you can see the difference is that the brightness and the exposure, they act a little bit differently. The exposure is going to affect both the black and the white of the picture. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to mess with the brightness, the exposure, and the contrast to make this very, very contrasty. And you want to have a nice balance of very, very dark areas like black, and you want to have some good areas of that middle tone gray, and you also want to have some nice highlights. So this is sort of a preview of what you're eventually going to do with Posterize. You can also play around with the black and white adjustments here as well. Play around with highlights and shadows until you find something that you're kind of happy with. So let's see if there's a way that we can see the beginning and the end. I guess there's not, but what you want to basically do is have some nice dark black shadows, some white highlights, and you want it to be pretty contrasting. So if you want to decrease the shadows, you can lower the black, you can increase the exposure. There's a lot of different ways. So you're basically trying to have a nice balance of that black and that white, as well as having a nice middle tone gray in there as well. So this might take a little bit of time. You think it's overexposed, you can lower down the numbers. So I'm pretty happy with this. I like this just like that. I think that's the way I'm going to leave it. Okay. So if this is the way I like it, I'm going to hit apply. I am now going to go ahead and close it. Now I didn't save it, but that's okay. So if I hit close, then I'm going to jump over to Pixlr. I'm not going to close out the program. Don't do that. Just go to the Pixlr logo here and go to Pixlr E now. And you're going to notice that your project is now is right over here, and it's the way that you left it. But now we just have it open in a different version of Pixlr. It is now time that you're going to be finding that filter. Filter is not going to be in the toolbar anymore, right over here. It's going to be in the menu bar, and you're going to go to filter. So you're going to find one where it is called, oh no, my bad, it's not in filter, it's in adjustments, and you're going to go to posterize. So sorry about that. So again, it's in the menu bar, in adjustments, and you go to posterize. It is now that you're going to take this bar and you're going to start bringing it to the right. So you could see colors. Colors is the amount of tones. If you bring up the amount of tones really, really high, the 23 and so, it doesn't look like there's any change. We're bringing this down because we only want 3 different tones, ideally. So you're going to make the colors, set the color to 2, because the colors represent the black and the gray. Even though you might say, but what about white? White doesn't even count as a color here. It's only using 2 different tones, which is the black and that middle tone gray. Now you might be happy with the way this looks. You can try 3. 3 is going to make it a little bit more complicated. Don't forget, we're going to be using these areas here, and we're going to be making different tones. So right now I have the white, I have a light gray, I have a dark gray, and I have black. So this is, I'm going to need to find 3 different shadow tones right in here. So try to keep it at 2, where I only need a light gray and a black. So, but you can also, like I said, if you wanted it to be, have 3 different colors, you can set it like that. But you just have a little bit more work. All right. Once you're happy with this, you're going to apply it, and then you go to File, and you go to Save. You're going to save it as a JPEG. It's going to download into your download folders, and then you're going to end up getting this picture in your Google Drive, and then putting it into this folder here called Edited Photos. Okay? So you're going to have the image twice. You're going to have it once. The unedited photo is going to be here, but the edited photo is going to be in here. Okay? So again, you want to make sure you only have 3, possibly 4 tones. You're going to have the white, the black, and either 1 or 2 middle tone grays. All right? Good luck.